maybe this is a good time for me to slip on in here between the songs. How you guys doing? Oh, I got my coffee. We're all set. We're all set for the day ahead. As much as one could be. How you guys doing? Welcome. November 19th is upon us. We've been waiting for this day. Oh, that's right. It's not an important day anymore. This would have been the day, a very big day, for a lot of gamers. This was one of the release dates for Cyberpunk 2077. It's not anymore. What is it? December something? December 8th, 9th, 10th, something like that. It's like the first chunk of December. I guess we've all waited this long. Why not wait a couple more weeks? Have them polish it a bit. Which, sadly, I don't think that's like the case. Or, I don't know. There's a lot of studios pushing people beyond their limits, and I don't know if there's compensation for it, but it doesn't sound like it. Compensation is really a justifiable thing when you're burning the candle at both ends. You know, that can wear you down almost to a permanent degree. You know what I mean? Like when I say it's when you're that burnt out after a push. I'm only speaking from, like, I'm talking out of my ass. I don't think I know any developers who work for CD Projekt Red or anybody over there. But I would assume from what you hear, some of the shit that you hear online isn't true, and then some of it is, because that's just how the game telephone works, right? You say, hey, I hope you have a nice day, and then 90 people later, it's like Purple Monkey Dishwasher, you know? So you can't always trust everything you hear, but however, some sources, have a lot of credit, so you gotta give them credit and take it as kind of truth, and realize that there's people in this game industry that don't have the employees' best interests in mind, right? They have that cash money making them dollar bills, yeah. Even if they are such a nice, progressive, and honest, and forward, and open, and transparent studio like CD Projekt Red, people are still human beings, and workloads should adjust to that fact that we are human beings, and we shouldn't be grinding ourselves to a pulp, giving absolutely all of ourselves to one project, and then when things kind of wrap up, you're left feeling just numb and not a whole lot to show for it, other than maybe, I don't know, maybe they get paid well, and maybe some of their employees and developers are all for that. I don't know how people could be, but hey, when you see, if you put a check in front of me that had whatever they're about to make in the coming weeks ahead, after working 5 years, 6 years on a game, I don't know, maybe it is something that can justify it. All the pain and mental anguish and physical anguish and struggle and whatever it is that they go through. I have no idea what it's like to go through developing such a large game. My experience is very limited. It's like mobile games and casino games, so I really can't speak on it. However, I will play the fuck out of it. Because I can't wait. I really can't. I can't wait to do that. Should we get the show on the road? Should we do that? Let's do that. Hi. So like I was saying yesterday, today and tomorrow, I'm going to chill out with the study. Non-nude study, is this it? It's gotta be this one. And maybe I'll come back on a stream, like I said, after hours, and finish this David Dubnitsky study. finish this up. But like I said, today I would like to work on developing form in the face and better understanding this anatomy rather than these anatomies, if you know what I'm saying. Oops. Just as long as they don't have nipples, of course. As long as they don't have nipples. So yeah, so this is what we did over on Behance. And let's go through some of these. Some of these are just god-awful. For example, the very first one. This is the stuff that you would throw out. You throw it away. But here it is. So maybe you guys will see what I'm trying to do with this exercise. Is you just have your reference. Your photo reference, and you do basically just one sketch, and then you do one from memory. And this one, I guess I just rotated the head profile, and this one I gave her horns, which doesn't really do a whole lot for being creative, but that's what I want to do. I have an idea of where I want to be in my head. Let's try and get there somehow. You know what I mean? It's not always going to be a clear, concise, linear path to improving. In fact, it really never is. But here we are nonetheless, trying to forge our own path. Some of these I just abandoned. Yeah, that would have been a fun one to... Maybe we'll go back to some of these. This guy, I remember having a lot of fun. I find that I enjoy painting or drawing people who are appealing in a unique way. Maybe that's the way to say it. Hey John, how you doing, man? Digitalis, how you doing? Welcome, guys. So yeah, maybe, and we'll take a look at Pinterest in a bit here after doing some circles and see what we can find. So I guess like with this one, we could turn the fourth one into... Wait, what did I do? Or one of them into a caricature where you just exaggerate everything. But I don't know if that's something... If that's... whatever. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't really restrict ourselves too much. I guess I just beat the shit out of that guy. This one is a lot of fun as well. I can't remember the sculptor, his name. I think this is like concept art for like an alien movie. Or for like a prosthetic for the alien movie. I don't know. Anyways, I used that as reference to study off of, and here it is. I guess. So, and it's fun. These are just, it's fun. As I spit everywhere. It's a fun exercise that we started doing over in Behance, and I want to bring it over here. So, yeah, and I want to use this approach to other venues, other features that we have, including the entire pose, right? Anatomy of the arm, how to break it down, test yourself pretty much immediately on how much you can regurgitate, and then how much you actually remember, and then how to maybe put that into use, whether through a theme or style, I guess, or whatever. Trying to directly use it in every way that I can, all in one go, while staying relatively rough. That's might be asking for a lot, but I've been enjoying it. And definitely not every single one is a success. And I'm not aiming for that. I think hopefully, the way that success works in my brain is that it's the success is payoff, right? It's the payoff for work. So this shit here doesn't have to be the successful thing. It's the thing that's helping me maybe potentially stand on a higher ground to see where the horizon is, the success horizon, and then maybe find a direction to head down. I don't know. But yeah, we'll do some circles here, and maybe just jump right into it from circles. Yeah, I like that. That sounds good. All right. How's your day going, guys? You guys Or we don't have to talk about it. If that's the case. Should I make a new? No, we'll keep this PSD. I don't think it's pretty. I don't think it's bogged down like the other one. So let's see here. Let's get some brushes. And I have a bot now in the chat, so I think I added. Let's give it the Loomis. I know the Loomis one works. So if you type in !Loomis, there it is. I don't think my brushes. I don't think that one's working yet. I think the link is broken. What other commands do we have now? There we go. So if you guys activate lurk mode, I guess that's kind of what that is, right? It's not really a mode, it's just a bot responding to a command, but ignore that part. That's what the wizard behind the curtain. What other commands do I have? I think that's it for now, other than the basic stuff. Stuff that comes with stream elements. Okay, cool. So, circles. Here it is. Let's get some circles in here, man. And maybe get that flow up to 100%. Yeah. Right click with the zoom, 100%. Oh man. Here we go, guys. Now it's a JDM stream. These are awful. I push hard, like with my hand. I'm pushing with my hand, not with the the nib of my pen. But when I do that, my wheels are so reliable that they just push me. I'm just like rolling away slowly from my drawing tablet, making things a little bit more difficult. I just gotta bolt myself down. There we go. Get some bigger ones too. Get that entire arm. Like, what's the point of this? You might be asking if you don't already know. It's not that I do like circles are great. They're pretty awesome. Multi-dimensional, just depending on interpretation. Fantastic shape and form. Sphere, circle. It's good. However, it's not necessarily about accuracy. Especially for somebody like me who uses the excuse of having a trimmer for my imperfect drawings. And it's cool. It's great. It's totally fine. I can totally lean on that for the rest of my life. It's like, oh, the reason why that image sucks is because I have a trimmer. And then what will happen is people go, oh wow, you're so good for somebody who has a trimmer. And then I'll be like, yeah, it's tough. And then they'll just like write maybe just a blank check, and then I'll retire in the mountains somewhere and become a mountain goat or something. I don't know. Is that possible? Is that something I can do? Ah! Halfway there. Here it's really nice this time of the year in the Appalachian Mountains. If that's a place. I hope it is. I think it is. Appalachia? Maybe it's that. APL. I don't know. I have no idea. It must be hard to have a tremor. Those big worm things are scary. And you never know. Well, you do know when they're going to show up because the ground shakes, right? But the dead giveaway is when Kevin Bacon knocks on my door. Like, nope. Mm-mm. Turn around, buddy. You and those tremors can fucking take a hike. It was Kevin Bacon, right? Was Kevin Bacon in that movie? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good movie. It's a good one. Tremors is up there with, oh my god, what's the movie? Game over, man, game over! That's Aliens. No, it's Alien. Is that Alien? No, that's, what's the one with the giant bugs? And the shooting. Why can't I remember? It's another classic that has, Starship Troopers, yes, absolutely. You know, that's like, to me in my head, that's the same universe, or I wish it was. Has anybody done that? Has anybody done a crossover between Starship Troopers and Aliens? Because that would be, you know? Wait, it's just because it's the same actress, isn't it? Sigourney Weaver? Is that who I'm thinking of? Is she the Kevin Bacon in this scenario? Was Sigourney Weaver in Starship Troopers? I'm all sorts of fucked up right now. For sure she was. Oh my god. Sorry for ruining everybody's day by messing up such simple of hold on. What's the other word for questions? That there's a game based off of? Oh, my brain is a fucking potato. Trivia? Because I'm thinking of the game Trivia Pursuit. I guess all I have to do is complain about my brain, and then it's like, okay, you need some heavy lifting done. Here's some knowledge. Here's some memory info. Here's some data. Going back to sleep. Denise Richards, okay. Then there's Blue Gender, which is an anime that is essentially what if they lost at the end of Starship Troopers? I've never heard of Blue Gender. That sounds fucking awesome, though. Is that like something from the 80s? Is that like from the back in the day, or is that like recently new? Where do you guys watch all your anime at? Is that like, if it's on a legal site, then just give me a wink wink, nudge nudge. You'll have to ask a friend type of response. Or definitely don't link it, you know, just mention it, I guess. Okay, so it is a TV, it's an anime show. Armored Trooper Vodums and Gasaraki. 1990-2000, spanning 26 episodes. Okay, so it came out in early aughts. Okay. Fairly recent. I guess not really. It's been 20 years. Ugh, I guess that just shows my age. No, that's fairly new. 20 years is very it's very new. It's not at all. I'll have to check that one out. Okay. Very legal places, cool. 8+1 anime. Is that what you're saying for where you watch it? Is that a website? John Ard, 8+1 anime. Done works for me. See ya. Chalice, have a good one, man. See you on the other side. See you again. Have a good day. Okay, so let's go over to Pinterest. And update for Picardo streams. Obviously, we're not streaming on Picardo. I've been following their Twitter, and they've unfortunately run into an unforeseen critical bug that they're working on ironing out. So I can only just kind of sit from the sidelines and see how it plays out. But when things are smoothed out and ironed out, and they got the new Picardo working, I do still want to hop over there and give it a shot. Maybe we'll wait until they give the okay and the all clear on Twitter before jumping over to see what their rebooted platform is like. And for those who aren't aware of what Picardo is, it is another live streaming website specifically, I guess, more geared towards artists and people who are creators. I still think that they have a gaming section over there, I believe. But regardless, they are doing a massive overhaul on their platform. And I want to see what it's like. I want to give it a shot. So hopefully they can work out whatever the fuck's happening. Yeah, Picardo's very old, indeed. And all the more reason why I would love to see what their new update's like. And I hope it fucking is better than Twitch. Is it going to be? Most likely not. Most likely not. It's probably a much smaller team over there, Picardo. However, I would much prefer to stream on a website that is more open-minded to the understandings of an artist, and realizing that it's nudity is great, and it can be very, very great. It can be a lot of fun, but there's also an educational side to it, especially for artists who want to draw, who want to get to drawing the fun stuff, right? You need to be educated. I guess that's what we have to do over there, because we can't do it here on Twitch because of nipples. So yeah. Can you show nudity on Behance? No! I've had a lot of conversations with people over Behance, and it's ass backwards. I don't know what's going on, but they do have a what they call an adult wall feature, right? So the adult wall feature basically prevents anybody whose account is under a specific age or has a parental lock or whatever like that, preventing them from seeing certain content, right? That has a nudity. And people who upload to Behance can flag their content as that, and if they don't, then most likely Behance is going to flag it for them. So that's great. So they do have the tech. It's there. They just never. I could show you the emails of me saying, "Can't you put that same tech on top of a video that's live streaming?" And I guess it's just too hard. It might be too difficult. How's YouTube with nudity? You can't have it. Nope. They used to have even for Cafe. What was it? Cafe starts with a C. Cafe Creek? It's like a French word for life drawing. Croquis Cafe. Yes, thank you so much, John. And pretty much the people who run that had to upload a video saying, "Hey, YouTube's fucked us over. Check out Vimeo." So if you want to see any of Croquis Cafe stuff, go to Vimeo. I think that they're a little bit more lenient for educational content that has nudity. So it's a big fuck you from Twitch, and it's a big fuck you from YouTube for anybody who wants to learn how to draw anatomy. You have to make it up, I guess, or check out Picardo, or I guess books from, get this, from hundreds of years ago. Hundreds of years ago, where they have nipples still. They had nipples back 100 years ago, and to the point where they even allowed people's nipples inside of these books, these art books for education. Isn't progression weird? Isn't human progression just so interesting? But what about the children? It's like, that's like literally the only response I have. It's just so disappointing. It's so disappointing when people don't understand how censorship works. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of where things are at with being able to just draw the naked form. The answer is you can't. You can't do it here, and you can't do it over there. To the point where I was doing a study on Behance, and I had the reference on my display on my Cintiq, but I had the nipples censored out, basically like with nipple caps or whatever you want to call them. I just painted them out, And same with the beach zone area, beach line zone, vagina, where that is. So it was all censored. So she was basically not completely naked. And therefore I could use the rest of her anatomy to observe and study. They took that stream down, like midstream. It was like, how the fuck do we stop this? Kick the doors down. And they broke the fucking stream and they took me offline. I was like, what's going on? There was no warning. There was no like, hey, what you're doing, can you not? There was just a off. It was off. That was the beginning of the emails, by the way. That was when I started emailing them. And letting them know that's a pretty disappointing way to treat people that you're using to promote your website. It was a weird experience. I don't know if unfortunately a lot of the people behind the scenes understand what they're trying to aim for with Behance. I don't know, but the second that they have a mature wall, I would love to go back over there and stream. Whether it's Picardo or Behance, I don't care. As long as I'm able to draw what I want to be able to draw and learn how I want to be able to learn, right? And that's through observation. That's simply all I'm asking for. I don't know. They're not really making it too friendly for artists like myself who are looking for a place to be able to do that with their communities, right? Hey, Baseman, how you doing? They got fucked by that. They did. Yeah. They even made books out of nipples back then. Yeah, that was like before trees were even around. It was just like nipples for days, for miles. Just like all across the land was just nipples. Until the Great Nipple War of 1736, right? As we know, where John Twitch showed up, and he had his mighty lasso of anti-nipples, and he wrangled all the nipples up and put them into a shack labeled the band shack. So that shack is where all the band things are, but we all know it's just XQC and nipples inside of this band shack. That's it. There's nothing else in there. Just look it up. It's the Great War of 1758. Like I said, the exact same number that I remembered off the top of my head for sure, because it's factual. Why would I forget something that's factual? Should we draw something? Behance is kind of weird when they have erotic. That's what's so, and that's, oh my God. I used that argument. I'm like, so how does this make sense? So how do we have nudity, not just nudity, but they have like deviant art level nudity on there. They have like, you could think of a thing to put inside of another thing. You might find that on Behance. You might find that on Behance. So it's strange. It's strange who's making the shots, who's calling the shots. Okay, so I'm a little bit upset from my time over there, mainly because of how every response that I got from them was just overwhelmingly PR. It was like, I forget what it's like to talk to a human being in an email now. Like it was so off-putting that it was actually yogurt. Does that joke make sense? I don't know if that joke makes sense. It was so off-putting. You know pudding? Like chocolate pudding. My favorite's banana pudding. It's fantastic. It was so off-putting it was yogurt, which is also another light creamy. No? Okay. You got it? Blooming's got it. That's all I need. So we'll see what happens over there. I didn't make the follow-up cut for streaming, being part of the Adobe Behance family. I think it has something to do with the fact that I wanted to know where the nipples were. Like, why are the nipples over there but not over here? You know? Anyways. Kapow! Hope you're doing well, Baseman. Yeah, this there guy keeps asking about nipples. The approach that I was taking for some of the emails that I was sending them was like, I was asking them questions on where does Behance see themselves fitting in? Like, are you going after a specific demographic? Are you trying to market towards certain type of artists? What is it that they're looking for? And again, that's when they just followed up with like PR stuff. And I returned saying something like, you have an opportunity here to include artists who are unable to stream on Twitch due to very tight rules in place to match with the political correctness of our times, I guess. And if that's the way that they want to go, it's gonna be a challenge for them to try and figure out a way to make Behance appealing. Even, I don't know, Behance is like, making Behance appealing is like trying to encourage someone to make a LinkedIn account. It's just like, I should, but fucking hate making accounts. You know what I mean? It's just like, and then on top of that, you have to upload all the shit. Oh my God, I think all of us are just so exhausted from having to make accounts and sign up and upload a profile pic and put in your bio, and like, it's simple stuff, but it's just, I don't want it. I don't want to. I want to just draw. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm being a child and I'm just kicking and screaming. Of course, I have a Behance account already made up. Give me 1 second here. A message from my realtor. That should be okay. Wow. Oh shit. It's crazy. If they want to be specifically art platform, they need to stop censoring. So that's kind of my thought. It's like, they're so if they could just tell me, like, just give me an answer that's not like PR, not like well, we are encouraging everybody to try and promote their own artistic self and take a step forward into the way of Behance. Like, it's just like, and they just, in 1 second, that's just the most disgusting, non-human thing I've ever heard anybody respond with. It's stuff like that just, how are you supposed to relate to your audience, like to their demographic when you speak like that? Well, you see, my higher-ups they've after rigorous testing have found out that people hate nipples. And it's just like, that's not what I found out. You know, I can see one video on Pornhub with how many views it has told you, no, that's not correct. In just one video. People do enjoy nipples. Yes. And they're also there for a specific reason, as in nourishment for newborns. Believe it or not, that's what they're there for. No, they're there to criticize society and to make people want to have sex. That's kind of true as well. I guess I can't argue that. Everybody's gonna have sex if they see nipples. Then what will we do? Have more nipples. Here, let me log in with Google. Firefox prevented this from opening. Options. Allow pop-up for Pinterest. Oh no, all my accounts. Did you see my, yeah, you guys saw my, my JDM OSRS email at gmail.com. That's the email I use for OSRS, by the way. Actually, no, it's not. Totally don't try and log in. I just started that account. Please don't. Please don't ruin it. Oh no, I did it again. This. All right, sorry. Milava, hi. How you doing? And let's find unique faces. Let's try that. Actually, this one's really good. Grab that one. Yeah. Okay, so, copy image? Copy. Okay, so let's go over here. Boom. And I think, how big did we draw beforehand? Let's do this. Do something like that. We can probably get rid of Mia. Actually, that just feels weird. Maybe that. Where's my delete button? Here it is. So we can do this. Obi. Okay. This Derek guy keeps asking about nipples. If they want to be specific art platform, they need to stop censoring. Yeah, it's just, it's like, are they aware of what they are? It's like, you're a place for art. You have nudity already. What's the deal? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, so the first one is just going to be, it's just going to be a direct reference drawing. So let's jump in, man. Ooh! But first, sorry, Excitable Derek is excitable. Let's use our new fancy old commands and get alexhayes.com. Let's get this site up here. Let's check out Drawing the Head and Hands by Andrew Loomis. So a little refresher on how to draw the head. Come along, dive in. You can't actually dive into books, guys. I just checked. Okay, so scrolling past all of this valuable information, drawing the head and hands. It can be, the head doesn't have to be this guy, it can be all of these, right? So that's something to keep in mind, even though I think it's best to aim for like an overall, what would you call it? The means? Is it means? Or medium? No, means. Whatever the word for average is in math. Overall average, just kind of, you end up with something like this, but when you're developing characters and coming up with characters, keeping this in mind is also huge. That the head isn't always a uniform skull shape. It can be this shape. So, as much as we're placing kind of rigid rules and regulations to follow, they aren't as rigid as we think. So here we go. So this is kind of where I'll be starting off. I'll be aiming for something like this. And what he likes to do, what Andrew Loomis likes to do, is to break things down. Breaking things being form, in this case. The form of the head, so the 3D-ness, how it occupies space and it's not just a flat surface, three-dimensional object, our head is. Trying to describe it as that in a very simplistic way. So he's basically using straight lines, and we'll do that as well. And I'll show you that there is a process to getting from here to something like there as well. Drawing people who are of senior, they're an end game territory of life, of the game of life, they are probably the most interesting to draw for me personally. And the reason for that is there's so many more landmarks, right? You have wrinkles, you have eyes that have just seen some shit, and there's just more landmarks to draw and have your lines anchor to. I guess this is kind of the real starting point. Imagine the circle as a sphere. He puts a pin through it, and this dictates the angle of the neck, right? So this is the top of the head. He rotates it around, cuts it in half, shaves off the sides a little bit, draws a straight line down the middle to the chin, right? And this is the rule of 3. So at the hairline, that's 1 line, brow, nose, and then I guess the chin. So you're not 3 lines, but 3 thirds based upon the hairline. So that's 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. So roughly 3 thirds like that. So you can divide it up. Now from the front, I guess that's not the front, that's another angle. Debated. Here we go. Here we go. This is the good stuff. This is what I'm talking about. He always looks like some kind of like super Christian superhero with this cross on his face. I love it, and it's easy to remember. You know, find your brows, find your hairline. There's your first third. Your second third is going to be the bottom of the nose. That's where your nose is, and then another third, same distance, right, from the eyebrow to the hairline, from the eyebrow to the base of the nose, and then from the base of the chin. That's all the same. And then you take it, push it even further. Your tops and your sides. He goes all out, man. Like, this is such a good... There's so much good here that's so helpful. And the fact that this is like hundreds of years old already goes to show that fundamentals, they're not going anywhere. You gotta have them. Or at least just a little bit. Simply to convey truth, right? To convey realism. Or not necessarily realism, there's probably a better word to describe it. To be able to immerse your viewer better, if that's something you're looking for. Having the fundamentals on your belt is certainly going to help. Anyways, speaking of 1/3, I'm only about 1/3 of the way down this PDF file. And that's one of his books. That's available for free for everybody. This is it. This is the only website you need. AlexHayes.com/Loomis or !Loomis here in chat. We'll always have those up from time to time. Okay. I plan on following along. I have been working on hits. That's awesome. By no means does anybody have to do this. I'm not, it's just, I'm going to be doing this. If you guys want to partake, absolutely join in. I talk a lot. So if you're more productive and want to go ahead and move forward and start or even finish, by all means. Okay. And with that said, maybe I'll stop talking. Deal? And Mute, you didn't answer me. How you doing? You all right? Your capital D colon in the chat there has me concerned. Are you all right? Was it just like a moment of capital D colon-ing? And now you're good? Just gotta, sometimes you just gotta at the beginning of the day and just kind of, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta do that. All right, so Andrew Loomis said, start with a circle. That's a potato. Start with a circle. That's a little better. Doesn't have to be perfect, because most likely you're gonna erase it anyways. So we see on the brow. We see where the brow is. You see where the hairline is? It draws itself from here. Imagine if I said that and meant it. And then you're done. All right, everybody, turn in your art. So eyebrows. I think maybe not at such a angle. And then maybe we'll say that's the chin, right? So this is a la Andrew Loomis. So next from here, I guess we can kind of start getting the shape, the silhouette of the head in. So just using straight lines to kind of block things in. Mainly focusing on measurement. And the reason for that, for measurement, is so that we have landmarks that we can rely on later on. And what I mean by that is you want to cross-compare where you've put in your eyebrows to where your reference has their eyebrows and the other features that you're trying to draw as well. That makes absolutely no sense, but maybe we'll clear that one up as we get closer to that phase. So, keeping straight lines. I'm erasing the things that I don't need anymore as I don't need them. And readjusting some of my straight lines here and there. Okay, so I'm still using a lot of the other same rules that we were talking about yesterday for that non-nude study. And that's looking at your positive and negative shapes and spaces, right? So I can see her chin. I see the space under here. That's a shape. This is a shape. You know, all this V, keeping that in mind, keeping where it's connected to her chin. It's not actually connected to her chin, but it's underneath her chin. Nonetheless, that's still a visual landmark to use, right? Ew, rules! I know, it's disgusting. But they're very... How would you describe these rules? These rules are very... I don't know. I'm just gonna instead of coming up with a word, I'll just use a fart noise, and then you guys will go, oh yes, very interesting, yes. So, and then we'll just move on with our lives. That sound good? I like that. Let's do that. Okay, so the chin, the V of the collar, trying to keep the proportions consistent as well, because I'm not drawing the same size. That's kind of something that's almost, well, it's intentional. I'm doing that intentionally. Did you guys know that that's a fun sound? Did you guys ever know that? Why am I procrastinating so hard? Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so that V right here, straight lines. I can see this line is kind of slightly angled. Maybe too steep. And then shoulder. So where's the shoulder lining up? So I could actually, you remember seeing people, and I've talked about this before, you remember seeing people in movies or television shows or whatever, and they're the artist type, and they have their paintbrush and their easel and canvas set up, and they're painting, and they hold up their paintbrush like this, and they're doing this kind of shit. That's essentially where we're at in the painting phase. So I can hold up any straight line. I can even do this. I could just literally do that, right, and see where that lines up, and then bring my stylus back over to my drawing, and giving this, what did I do? And giving this a shot. So I remember where it was. It was this. The shoulder was right around there. So it didn't line up perfectly, but it's just off. So I think that'll be fine if we do something like this. So in applying that same kind of This is our art build. This is our strat. You know, this is our 6 pool Zerg rush for drawing heads or pretty much anything. I'm sorry I'm a loser, by the way. That's just what you're gonna have to deal with. Did he just use a StarCraft term? You guys just have like random picks on your desk too? I haven't played my guitar in probably a year, but I just have random picks. Because you never know. I'm sure there's weirder things around here that we can find as well. Shall we? No. Not this day. Maybe once we're over on Picardo. You know what I'm saying? Stop. You stop. You stop. Mikkel, how you doing, man? Mikkel and Baseman, my 2 favorite boys. How you guys doing? Well, Baseman was... Baseman, I've already said hi to you. I'm kidding. I can always say hi to Baseman. Hope you're doing well, Mikkel. Okay, so the back of the head. Do we want to add the ear in first, or I think we should get this... It's just slightly above the nostril. So just using straight lines, whether they're horizontal lines or vertical lines, and pulling them out, drawing them across your image to see what intersections they cross. That's the measuring. That's really what we're trying to do. And then from there comes the fun stuff of painting and rendering and adding color and all that fun stuff. But that's not what this exercise is. We're just gonna be sketching. Keep hitting that button today. So the hair. Kind of stays flat here. A straight line. Maybe that's the top of the head. Maybe it's not. And you know what? That's okay if it's not. I'm not expecting all of this to be even remotely accurate at this point. But that's why we're just trying. You know, we're just here to try. Hi Sam Key Art, how are you? I should, you know what I should, that reminds me, I really wish I could get, would you guys, maybe I should ask you guys, would you guys be down if I shortened all of my, I don't know how I'd be able to do it for other websites, from John Derek Murphy to JDM? I don't even know if that's possible because it's 3 letters. I think you need to have like at least 4 letters for a username. So maybe it wouldn't even work. That's something I was considering. I just hate typing my full goddamn name. It's like, it takes like a century and a half to type. And don't get me started about typos. It's awful. But the reason I'm saying is because I see that Samantha's did a name change as well. It's good to see you, Sam. I hope you're doing well. JDM is also taken. Fuck! Who is it? Who is this false prophet? Why am I saying listen. Listen, if anybody's the false prophet, it's some other guy, I don't know. Somebody else. Somebody finish this joke for me. I got a face to draw. I got no time to be funny. Japanese domestic market. I guess that's what we have to be now, which I'm okay, because I could use a little bit more culture. That's for sure. Just gonna lurk. You know what you can do? Exclamation point lurk. Huh? New command. I think it does something. Happy lurking. There it is. Isn't that great? That's awesome. Someone came in yesterday and suggested that. And it's the easiest command. I figured it out. So we don't have backflip yet. Fuck. And then you soar away and you fly off with the birds. Just like my dream. Is that what you're saying? Were you here for that, Mikkel? Okay, alright. I'm typing up here, by the way. You guys see that? Does this happen to you guys in Photoshop? Do you ever just spam? It reminds me of when you're starting to play like a new game or an MMO and you can't move your character. Like it happens in WoW. You'll see someone who's just spamming W in chat. It's one of the funniest. Anyways, that's what just happened. Let's try and frame her face here. A la Loomis. I think I have. This is something that is very common for me. Is I make the bottom jaw much too large. So let's go ahead and try and find that base of her nose again. Was I in your dreams? Sure thing. No, I had a dream when I was a kid, and I talked about it yesterday. And of course you're in my dreams, buddy. Every single night. That I don't really remember my dreams, but I remember one specific one from centuries ago. And I could fly in this dream, but the only way that I could fly, I was about maybe 13, 14, something like that. The only way that I could fly is by doing backflips. So I just fucking flew around my hometown doing backflips. And the second that I stopped doing backflips, I would fall. One of the weirdest experiences. And the way that I woke up from that dream is that weird feeling of falling. And then you land in your bed. It was sick. It was fucking weird. And I didn't mention this part, but I used to sleep on a bunk bed on the top. So in my childhood home, in my childhood room, where I grew up, I had two beds. One was just never slept in because I didn't sleep in it. I would prefer the bunk bed at the top. I'd sleep there, and then after this specific dream, for a split second, as I was about to jump off my bunk bed, I thought I could do it. Thankfully, I guess I had enough of a rational mind to realize that no, you're back in reality. It's not. It's not time to test these things out. Let's try and place these lips in here. Yeah, I don't really, other than like that, that's pretty much the... I don't really remember dreams. I don't dream. Which is, it's both a good thing and a bad thing, right? Okay, we still haven't enveloped the entire head in yet, so... let's try and do that. Bring that back in here. Just looking pretty, not pretty right now. But that's okay. Whip, 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 whip. Get that chin figured out, eh? there. See that cheekbone shine. Get back to the ears. That hair. Bring that a little bit tighter, closer in there. I don't like any of that, so let's just get rid of it. Try again. Mouse. Mouse? The mouth goes here. I guess, like, something that I want to say is not being happy with where your drawing is at is okay. You know what I mean? Like, you don't... I think the sad thing about being an artist is that we all wish that we were a prodigy of some sort, right? And that we didn't have to struggle, and that we didn't have shitty lines, and that we just drew the right thing the first time, right? I think, sorry. I wish that we were more honest with ourselves and realize that it's not about instant gratification. It's not, well, I mean, it is, but not necessarily the process of creating anything is about instant gratification. It's just not realistic. That there is a process, and that there is even an ugly phase, and that there's even a phase where you just delete everything and start over phase, right? And that's okay. I guess the point of all this spiel is realizing that perfection is a very unnatural thing. And if you want your artwork to be accurate or perfect, I guess, it's just going to take effort, time, and practice, right? Or maybe you'll never achieve it due to whatever circumstances. But that shouldn't be, even then, that shouldn't be something that discourages us from wanting to improve. Right? Does any of this make sense? Next level tech it is. It's the true, we're seeing here in this channel, true technology being progressed forward. And AI and bots are going to be better off because of exclamation point alert. Helping out humanity. One bot command at a time. Okay. So I want to lay in these features, and then we'll do the dreaded horizontal flip. That reminds me, we don't have that Drawny command anymore either. She was the horizontal flip cavalier of the channel. I think that chin is still a little bit low. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I feel a little bit out of practice with the heads. So I guess, man, and that, what was that? Like, that was back in October. So it's something that needs to be exercised, I guess. And we will do that. There's no point in being disappointed. That doesn't make any knowledge come back. So, gotta put on some nice tunes and draw. Or take your pants off, or whatever it is that you like to do. Probably that, definitely that. I don't know why you would want to wear pants. Unless you're in a public place. But it's 2020, so that's not a thing. Take your pants off. Reporting stream. He's encouraging us to be comfortable and take our pants off. Send. I don't want to be comfortable. Yeah, okay, so eyebrow needs to be closer. Okay, so I'm kind of like pulling things in, adjusting. Like I said, I would love that my first marks and my first decisions were more accurate than what they are. For when they aren't, though, again, like I said, put that disappointment aside, take it out later, have a good cry. But for now, that's the last thing on my mind. I'm just going to try and adjust and correct. And save those tears for later. Right? Right, guys? It's kind of like a tear jar for disappointing art. You know, like a curse jar, but just you fill it with tears, is all. And then, at some point, during the coldest day of winter, the tear fairy comes by and takes your tears. And what do they leave you with? Mothballs. That's what they leave you with. Some mothballs. Balls. Alright, smooth that up. Make it a little bit. I think I have her features exaggerated a little bit here. Her nose, definitely. Cheekbone. Coming back here. You guys watch any who here is into a good, like, murder mystery docu-flick type thing? Like a miniseries, or... Has anybody watched any good ones recently? I'm trying to find some ones that I haven't watched that are out there. Seen a bunch of them recently. Want Mo. I want some Mo. But what are your guys' faves, if you have any, in recent time? was the one I just finished watching? It was Trial 4, I think. True crime. True. Like, I even love old cold cases. That show. I think that they also have a new cold cases as well. Which is great. Which is fantastic. Mikal, we'll see you later, man. Happy lurking, dude. And what am I freelancing these days? Commissions. It's basically just all commissions. Commission work. Yeah. D&D stuff. Some promotional stuff for people's channels here and there. But that's pretty much it. And it's fantastic. I love that. Because not only do I get to work at rates that are livable, but I get to set my deadlines too. Obviously, that's the whole point of being self-employed, I guess. Being a paid Lancer. My class is paid Lancer. And let's move everything in here. So let's grab our lasso. And that's why Photoshop's better than traditional. For this specific reason only. And Photoshop falters pretty much everywhere else, but... but this is huge. Being able to adjust your drawings on the fly, holy shit. All the more reason why you don't need to worry about being accurate instantly. Love it. So let's do that for now. Seeing some size discrepancies here, proportions. That's what she said. Have I seen Fargo? I haven't yet. I think I've watched like the first 3 episodes, and then I realized that this is going to be a show that I have to invest time in. Which is what I'm looking for, don't get me wrong. That's what I'm looking for. It's just I don't think I was in like the right headspace when I started watching Fargo. And I you know, Fargo is one of those ones where it's a good show, but it can be quite bleak and dark. I think, from what I heard, at least in the first like episode or 2, it's like, wow, this is cold. I just feel really cold. It just reminds me of outside, right outside my door. Sorry about that, eh? It's Fargo's. They're like Canadians, right? They're just like there's like one little city. What is it, like North Dakota or something like that? And they're just Canadians that have a lot of murders or something. People fall into wood chip machines or whatever accidentally. Presenter. Okay. Eyelids. Nose, we definitely want to redraw that. And I think even do one of these things. Grab here. Just shrink all this a little bit. Like that. Move this part a little bit more. And I want to flip. Minnesota, don't you know? I guess is that what they sound like? Is that where oh god, what show was that me saying don't you know? Bobby's World. Did you guys ever watch Bobby's World? Howie Mandel voiced the main character, Bobby.
It sounded like this or something.
Maybe not necessarily like that, but... Fuck. Come on, arrow keys. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to get upset there. You're just chill, arrow keys. Holy crap. They live like they don't move. Okay. There's my rational brain again. Stepping on in, thinking it knows this is the place. Yeah, this is my brain. Okay. Okay, brain. If that's her real name. Cool. No doubt. Hey. Lips. Chin. Tweaking that. So, we have the features. Now, let's work towards getting some likeness. Right? Why is that over there? So let's get our marquee tool. Select that place. Hit delete. Control T. We're good again. Hit escape. Flip the canvas. If you guys have any questions at all of anything that you're seeing, that you have seen, I don't know about what you want to see, but I'll do what I can on that front. Fargo is amazing. Okay, so I shouldn't miss out on it. I think it's still on Netflix, right? Still on, or at least, I think it's on Canadian Netflix. I'll have to take a look. Another one that a show that I want to watch, not related to crime or anything, but because I missed out on it, and because of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you know, it's kind of like what Ghost of Tsushima. Tsushima? I think one's like a fish and one's an island, off the coast of Japan. Well, it's part of Japan. Anyways, that game, Ghost of Tsushima. That's not what it is. That got me really into samurais. You guys remember when I was just all about samurais? I'm still all about samurais. Samurais are fucking awesome. Feudal Japan, the Warring State age, coolest age on the planet. Tsushima, thank you, Sketch. Thank you. I'm an idiot and an asshole. Sorry. Yeah, no, that was a great game. And I think they added a lot more to it too, so it might be even worth like checking out again. However, that started off a huge kick of just looking up stories from like actual samurai stories from back then. And I think that's what's so interesting is that there's so many awesome samurai tales based in fact, assuming, that are it's just fucking awesome. It's just like, this is the closest thing to Star Wars that we can get. Anyways, playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla has made me want to check out Vikings. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but I remember hearing some people. I remember watching, like, I think I was watching Lyric one day, and he was talking about it. And I like to think that guy enjoys similar things to me. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna go check it out. But then I never did. So all the features, I think we could probably just jump right in. And just shrink them a bit. So she's got a very interesting thing happening. Yes, Derek, that's very specific. We understand exactly what you're saying. Nice. Nice, thank you. Thank you, made up chat in my head. So maybe something like... maybe something like that. I'm getting there. This eye's bugging out. How come we can't create anything with free will? What makes it so hard to duplicate? What are we missing? I know, like they do it on Star Trek all the time. Right? When can we get one of those things? The things that you just like, I'll have a 3-course meal, please. And then it's just like generating, 3D printing out of nothing. Here's your food. And it's totally edible too. Is that something that you guys think that we'll see? I don't think we'll get there in our lifetime where we're generating food. Well, that would just make the world a fantastic place now, wouldn't it? And that's all the more reason why it's not going to happen. Oh, that's so sad. It's so upsetting. That's so upsetting. Anyways, no point on getting upset over something that's not even real yet, Derek. So just calm down. Calm her down now. All of this. Over here. Something like that, maybe. So I feel like I'm getting to a point where I can start to address more subtle things now. So hopefully I start with the biggest shapes and then work your way to slightly less bigger shapes, to slightly medium size, and then medium size, and slightly etc. etc. So I don't jump right to smaller details. But why? That's the funnest part. For some people it is. The reason why I don't jump to the smallest detail is because if I start with like an eye that's fine and super detailed and stuff like that, and then I jump to another area and start working on the rest of the features in her head, and then I see that usually what's going to happen from starting in the small details is that it's going to not fit. It's just not going to mesh correctly. So I wasted all that time and detail and effort for nothing, because I'm just going to have to erase it. As you see, I'm moving a lot of stuff around with my hands, too. But I'm moving a lot of things around with the lasso tool. And that's because of that. That's because I know that some of my decisions at this point are just there as a placeholder. Right? So with that in mind, it's kind of... It's designed... similar to Twitter's new idea, fleeting, right? It's there to disappear eventually. And should I just go ahead and say I hope that's what the course of Fleet takes as well? That's too negative. That's a very negative thing. Just throwing stories on everything, right? Twitter stories. Anyways, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's probably better off that way. Just saying. I love Mindhunter, Baseman. The 2 seasons of Mindhunter, holy shit, is that ever captivating and interesting. And it's very not real life. It's very like, it's based off of real life events. The creation of the, what is it called? The serial killer FBI department. It's the origins basically of that. Based upon the origins of that department, and it's the actors are brilliant. Holden is amazing. That actor, it plays off it's so scripted, but it's so interesting at the same time. To the point where I could understand why it's not everybody's favorite show. But I really, really like Mindhunters on Netflix. Fantastic, absolutely great. It's a slow, like the first 3 or 4 episodes, you might be like, what's happening? What is this show trying to be? Stick with it. Maybe that's what I need to do with what show were we just talking about? Fargo? You know, like the payoff is worth it. It's got, and I find that I like shows like that. Kind of like Sons of Anarchy was very like slow burning. Like first couple seasons were interesting. Don't get me wrong, they're interesting, but nothing really happened. Not a whole lot would really go on compared to the later seasons. I enjoyed that show immensely. Absolutely loved Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Anarchy. Hands up. Gotcha style. Anarchy. Anarchy. And Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is another show that's like slow burning and has a crazy payoff in the end. Or at least I think it does. I absolutely love that show. But yeah, really into crime documentaries and factual narratives, like from what did I watch recently? I watched Lincoln recently with the guy there, method actor dude. What's his goddamn name? Christian Bale? No, it's not Christian. He's gone into retirement again. Daniel Day-Lewis. Yes. Holy shit. And then after I watched Lincoln, I wanted to go back and watch New Professor X. That actor, that guy's name. With the movie that I would call it the sequel to the Lincoln movie, is where they hire lawyers to try and arrest and capture the people who organized the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. I can't remember what that movie's called either. It's called like Insubordination or something like that. The institutionalization. I don't know what it is. But it has the same actor who plays the young Professor X in the X-Men movies. And he's fantastic as well. Okay. Close lip. Fix these eyes at some point, I swear. Holy fuck, this music is just so chill. It's so nice. It's sapping the stress away. Not that I'm stressful, but I just feel really relaxed listening to it. It's nice. The space between the eyes isn't there. Nose. Look at the eye. Casey, how you doing, man? You know what, fuck, I thought you were dead. How you been? I've undeadified. I'm alive once again. And doing the same old shit. So, honestly, nothing's really changed. Other than life experiences and both good and bad. Have found their way. Come and gone. But I'm doing well, man. I've got nothing to complain about. Other than my inability to draw. But that's a work in progress. And always has been. Probably always will be. But it's nice to see you, man. How you doing? I wish it wasn't just like a same shit, different day type of response, but it's kind of it. Well, you know what? I could go into it. I took time off of streaming about like a couple of years, I think. Well, I streamed on Behance. I guess that's not really time off. Maybe time off from Twitch. A lot going on in the life. My mental health wasn't great over the last couple of years. It's now better than probably it ever has been. Hence why I'm even here. So I'm pretty fucking happy. That has a lot to do with it. Sold my tiny little house because of the market. The housing industry in New Brunswick, Canada, is insane. So the little tiny hallway home that I got for a couple of bucks, I got a lot more than a couple of bucks back for it, and bought a new house. And I will be planting my roots here. And it's 30 minutes outside of where I used to live. So I'm in the middle of nowheres, surrounded by other people who want to be in the middle of nowheres. And it's great. And we have fiber op, which is even crazier. We have faster speeds than when I was in town. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. But here we are, and I'm pretty happy. What's more to ask, right? Or to want? Which is strange, because it's, you know, when you're at your lowest of lows, like mentally, physically, whatever, it's nearly impossible for you when you're in that state of mind to realize that that's not permanent. You know, that feeling, whatever it's like, of disappointment, of failure, of rejection, abandonment, whatever it is, it's not permanent. And there's actions that we can take, and there's people that we can talk to better that. And I did that. I used some resources and saw some professionals and talked to people. Got put back on medication that works and other additional medications that help out as well. CBD, THC even. All these things here in Canada are available. And even recently, and this is something that I think I want to try once it becomes more available across Canada, or I don't know, it becomes, I don't know, mushrooms, I guess. It's like it's the thing that's from mushrooms. What is it? It's the ABCD 1 2 3, whatever the numbers and letters are. Psilocybin, is that what it is? Psilocybin? psilocybin? Yes, yeah, that's what it is. I want to try that at some point through professional health means, right? A lot of like vets who suffer from PTSD are having insane responses to it in a positive way. Like 90%, I think it's like 80 to 90% success rates in dealing with their post-traumatic disorders and depression. And it's guided, like the entire thing. It's very like shamanistic, and that to me makes more sense than going and sitting on a couch, spending $100 every hour, talking to somebody. Not that can't help some people, because that, again, like I've done that and it has helped me. But I've gone through some, like the first guy that I talked to, the first psychologist or therapist or whatever he was, didn't do anything for me, didn't help me in any way. And that's what you do. Sometimes you have to take some time to say, no, it didn't pair off very well. Can you set me up with another psychologist? And that's what it eventually happened. And I find that I talk better to females. And I think the reason for that is because I had a really good relationship with my mother. My mother, for me, was the one who I'd go to for balancing myself out in my headspace. And my father was the guy who I'd go to when I needed, I guess, knowledge and surviving life type of stuff. So the two of them were a good pair. But I think that's probably where that comes from. Always felt more open with my mother. But yeah. That would be fun to try. Maybe not fun. Well, yeah, it probably could be. I'm fun. When I say fun, I'm open to the idea of trying something like that out. And try and get some results. Okay, let me catch up, man. Lots of stuff. That's awesome. Been homeless some? Ugh, God, dude. Fuck, man. I'm assuming that's because of COVID. A lot of layoffs. A lot of people have been struggling. Did some couch surfing, moved to Germany, got job in Riot, got fired in Riot. Oh my God, I would love to hear that story someday, dude. Streaming a bit these days. Guys, follow Casey. Holy shit, you guys should be following. You've seen his work. Okay, good. Sometimes, this has been happening. I don't know if it's happening to you guys. I'm unfollowing people. I'm not actually doing it. I'm not going in and unfollowing. Twitch rather, is sometimes you'll see that you've unfollowed somebody even though you never actually did. And just double check in case we are good. That's crazy, dude. How are you faring now, man? Have you found your legs under you? That sounds pretty fucking terrifying. Especially in today's world we live in. Oh man, it breaks my heart, dude. I'm in a rural area too, and fiber being put in our area. It's fantastic. It's supposed to be ready by the end of the year or early next year. Can't come soon enough. Yeah, that's definitely a feeling of you're going to be counting the days, dude. I was blown away when I found out that we have 1.5 gig in the area. And I think it has something to do with being close to other bigger businesses like the post office is kind of close by, so, and it's a tiny building, and then maybe a pharmacy. I think that's probably the reasons why that they have any sort of internet over here. On top of that, another huge perk is that the house that I bought, I didn't know until actually like a day or two before moving in, we have Cat 5e wired through the entire house, which if you have ever moved into an old house that doesn't have any I don't know, pre-existing internet tenants or that used the internet previously, then you're left to basically just either rely on Wi-Fi, which if you have walls in your house, it's not a good idea, or even like a bathroom. If you have a bathroom and you have Wi-Fi, your connection's going to drop. Or at least back in the day, it was definitely more prone to do some shit like that. Where was I going with this? It's nice. It's so nice. It's so nice to have a house that's already wired for internet. Because I was slowly preparing myself to have to drill holes and stuff like that, and it's more difficult than when, like, say your hoodie, when the drawstring gets stuck in here, and you're just like, you think that's hard. And try and lace or what would you call it? I don't know. Just try and wire a house with Cat 5. More specifically, try and have a person like me put a Cat 5 in your house. Why can't I do anything? Okay. Rotate that maybe a bit? I don't know. I think we're due for a flip as well. Rotate. Okay. So this eye, I could probably do... Maybe make that a little bigger there. No, not that. I thought you said you used Cerebro. Cerebro? Did I say that? What's Cerebro? Or are you talking to somebody else at G40? Yeah, it's crazy that you got that gig in Riot and then they fired you. I hope it was for I don't know, just like a reason that... Am I allowed to ask? Can I ask you why you got fired? Or feel free not to answer if that's like a, hey Derek, fucking stay in your boundaries, man. By all means. But I'm just curious, I guess. Horton's headache. As in like Tim Horton's headache from drinking too much coffee. Do you guys have Tim Hortons over there, Baseman? I know that Tim Hortons it's like in places. But maybe not all places. It's not like McDonald's is everywhere. Like how McDonald's is everywhere. Tried Morning Glory Seeds one night. Felt so much better the next day that it convinced me to get help because I realized how bad I had been feeling. Since then, I've found a group of friends through Twitch art, stopped drinking, and got a decent job. That's another thing that I found has helped my mood a lot. Is I don't think I've had any alcohol in a very long time. Which is not typical of me. So I did have no desire to drink it anytime soon. Probably during holidays. That's probably it. And I guess it makes sense, right? It makes sense that I don't really, because it was a coping mechanism, right? Thing with alcohol is, for me, it remedies my tremor completely. So that's kind of that was a huge appeal for alcohol. To the point where, yeah, I definitely think that what's the word? It's self-medicated with it at times. Because when I get really stressful, my tremor gets really worse. But yeah, since everything this year, it's just been no alcohol in the last this year. Since everything leading up until the move, basically this year, there hasn't been any alcohol involved. Which is nice. It's nice. I'm sure my liver is pretty happy about that. Homeless phase was before COVID. It was actually a good experience changing. Okay, that's good to hear, man. Yeah, dude, I'm totally down for chatting with you in Discord someday, man. Catch up and see what's shaking, man. Yeah, I would not want to be sitting there typing that out. If it's me, if you're like me, I loathe typing. I absolutely loathe it. I wish I was better at it. I never took the time to properly learn how to type, and then boom, tremor on top of everything, right? So it's just, especially texting. Yeah. Maybe at some point my phone will just know me well enough that I'll just use the autofill feature and just reply or make tweets like that or whatever I need to do. Life comes at us so strangely. It's so weird. You guys remember the 90s? Holy shit. Heaven on earth. Or at least it felt like it was. Maybe it's just because I was so much younger. And you're so much more, you're shielded from certain things, right? Ignorance is bliss. So therefore, I thought the 90s were a blissful time for humans. Nope. Still awful shit happened. Maybe not like news channels back then felt less tabloidy. You know. Now it seems like you just need to have I guess like the headline displayed across the screen, and then some political shit that's a lie or whatever. I guess that's not really any different. Okay, I get it. I get what's happening. It's me getting older and starting to pay attention to what's happening. The world's always been a shit place. Right? The space between the nose and the lips. Again, it's like all the mandible. On the jaw. I exaggerate all the time. Likeness still isn't there. Bit by bit, and I think it has a lot to do with the shape of the eyes that I have. Hey, drawing eyes. Nose. Just try and shrink it down a little bit. Put that right here. Grab all of this. Again, change our anchor point to just under the nose. Shrink. Something else I'm seeing here. Move this over a bit. No, that's not correct. That ain't correct either. I'm looking at that cheekbone where that shoulder's lining up. Feels close. Something like this. Bring all of this stuff into. I'm looking at her ear right now and kind of trying to see where it's lining up with her eyes. I feel like her eyes, it's just everything. It's just, I've erased a lot of my trustworthy anchor points. So I'm out of my element a little bit right now. Need to practice. And how thick this area is from here to here. I feel like I bring that out a little bit more, maybe. Here. We can get DMC strikes by singing songs too, right? Like if I just started to like sing like an Eagles in a New York minute. Maybe because this song's playing underneath, it wouldn't really flag me. Ooh, everything is. So you can add the lyrics to an Eagles song to any song that sounds like this. What's another Eagles song? Hotel California? I don't know the lyrics off the top of my head just yet. Hotel California. Get into the hotel. It's located in California. You can stay all day. No? Cat5e was pretty widely used for telephone connectivity throughout homes in the late 80s. Really? Well, damn. I had no idea. I thought it was like, what do they call it? Coax? Cable? Is that what it is? I thought it was not fiber. Maybe in some countries, it's like all copper wire. In Canada, or at least in New Brunswick. Coax? Is that what it's called? Whatever they use for, what kind of internet was it called? DSL? Is that what it was? What it was called? Coax. Sombearsky, hi! How you doing? My telephone used to plug into the wall of your home. Actually hung on the wall. Yeah, I remember. I used to, that's, you know, back in the day before the mobile cell phone. Is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about just like landlines? Because our phone cables didn't use the same as Cat 5. They used a different type of cable. It looked very similar to it. But the dongle, the male end of it, was a lot smaller than the Cat 5 that we have. Maybe we're talking about something different. I don't know if I want to add in value just yet. I think we'll add a little bit of value. And then, yeah, look at that nose. It's like everything right here. Let's just try shrinking all of that. Okay, let's just grab the nose. Do this one at a time. Shrink that a bit. The bridge is higher. And the nostril smaller. That. No, yeah, no, yeah, no, kind of. Something. Let's try this. Whoa. Completely oblivious to this area. Yeah, what did I just do? Where do you think that messed up everything? Come on, save states. Yeah, okay, so let's start back here. You know what? I think what I'll do is I'll go to the washroom real quick. And then come back, hopefully with some fresh eyes, and we'll see what we do. What we see when we get back. Points like this, it's a good time to step away and come back with some fresh eyes. Toward my arm here. Cranium doesn't exist, feels like. Alright, let me go to the washroom. I'm going to hit you guys with 60 seconds of ads to help support the struggling platform that is Twitch. They're asking that their streamers try to run more ads, so I'll do that, but only when I'm not in the seat. So sit back, let the ad block, or let the ads run, whatever it is that you got to do. Go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go use the washroom. Maybe get some more coffee. Yeah, I'll do that. So just sit tight. Be right back. Okay. We all set? Did you do the math to figure out all the all the wait. 3.444 babies. What happens when you round up half a baby? Don't answer that. Samantha, 31 months of support. It's insane. Thank you so much for all the months, the many months of support, being a great friend, and being you. So thanks. Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you. Horton's headache is a seizure-like illness, also nicknamed suicide headaches. Oh, that sounds pretty fucking serious. No, I haven't had a Horton's headache. I've had headaches brought on by Tim Hortons coffee, but I haven't had a specific Horton's headache. Appreciate that, Sam. I do. Capable of DSL, then spread throughout the home. Landlines, originally Cat 4, when widely used Cat 5. So what would happen if you tried to put, like, the same... Well, I guess they can't handle that speed, right? What happens when you try and put the speed of fiber op, even though it's fiber op. It's fiber optic cords, right? What if you tried to put that same speed on a Cat 4? Would it just cap out at, like, whatever the speed cap is for that cord? Because I know that just regular ass, your basic ass Cat 5 has a cap, right? It has, like, what is it, like 400 megabytes or 500 megabytes or something like that? I don't know. And then you have Cat 5e, which can do more, and then you have Cat 6, right? Not enough wires. Data packets would be lost. Okay, so it's just the roads aren't there for them to drive down efficiently. Right, gotcha. People will be taking the side roads, getting all lost in the sticks. If we were to call the internet our roads, that is. There's Cat 7 now? What am I doing with this old ancient Cat 5e shit? You know what? I'm just going to tear down the whole house. I'm just at this point. There, that's all I'll do for today. We'll take it down tomorrow, or day by day. Time to rip it all out. I wonder if you could. I wonder if I could tie Cat 7 cord to one of the ends of my Cat 5e and just pull from down here, because it's all connected down here. That's not something I'm going to do, by the way. That would be silly. That would be awful. Okay, so back to the drawing. Taking that little break. Sharing my stories. My very interesting Cat 5 tales. Cat of 5 tales. God, I'm so creative. Oh boy. Let's get back to work. God, this music is so perfect. Come on down, everybody. I really like the direction that the Midnight's going with their music, because that's all I ever listen to, right? This isn't the Midnight, by the way. That was a joke. Jokes are supposed to be funny. Then what do you call your? Come on, that would have been good. Oh, that would have been good. in my imaginary verbal argument. Speaking of verbal arguments, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can rap battle. Did you guys know that? It's fucking awesome. I love rap battling in Assassin's Creed games. Is Ubisoft still making that pirate game? That's like they dropped the Assassin's Creed part and just are doing straight up pirates. But is that still coming out? They should do that with Vikings as well, by the way. Because I find that the only annoying part about Valhalla is the fact that it has Assassin's Creed stuff in it. And it's just like, it's so in the way of the fun. And it's sad when developers, well, most likely it's for the IP of it, right? So it can still be marketed as an Assassin's Creed game, and therefore its brand recognition. So I get that, but man, it would be so much cooler if they just went all out and just dropped the Assassin's Creed part and just made, okay, this time you're an assassin in Egypt. This time you're an assassin in China. This time you're an assassin in wherever, Canada. What are you gonna do? Murder maple trees, I guess. That's kind of what they did to create the country. I don't know. I really should know, because Canada did a lot of awful shit to create this country. Much like every country, it seems like. Turns out humans are awful. Anyways, I was talking about video games. Video games are great. They are indeed amazing. This is very like not Boards of Canada. Very Boards-ish. It's kind of like that genre, I guess. Very like ambient, and I can easily imagine myself just hanging out at like a lake house or something. I've never been. Well, I've been to a couple lake houses, but nothing recently. Let's just delete everything, I guess. I'm getting there, guys. I definitely wasn't expecting it to take this long to do one. But I guess changing gears, changing from painting to drawing is my excuse here. Let's go with that. Let's say that that's the excuse. That one works. You know, excuses you could just kind of plug and play. See where they fit. What am I talking about? You do a bit of networking. I wish I did. I don't even want to show you my networking because of how awful I am, but I can even take credit where it looks good. Because I had Kevin, who is, what would I call Kevin? Kevin is husband to my girlfriend's sister. So I guess if we were married, brother-in-law, I guess that would be what it would be. Anyways, he's a genius. He's just a smart dude. He does networking stuff for, I think, Blue Cross right now or something. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be doxing him with this. How many Kevins are in the world? There's a couple. Anyways, he came over and he helped do all the cat-5ing stuff to the thing, to the end, putting on the nublet. The technical term, the nublet of the internet. It's the part where you stick it in, you know? Okay. Oh boy. I like pretending that I'm saying these jokes in a room full of just like people who enjoy eating applesauce. Let's just say that. Is that pain any? I don't know if that helps. Or not. Sup, vids? How you doing? What's up? What were you doing with those selections? With this selection, I'm taking my lines that I already have and adjusting them, so just shrinking them. In this case, I'm just making things smaller or bigger, stretching them. So, in order to do that, here, I'll show you step by step what I'm doing. So, I want to, let's say I want to delete everything. Just make a selection and then you hit delete. There you go. Let's see, I'll explain when I get into an actual situation. How about that? Let's make it real. I want to move this in a bit. Nope. Here, let's try making her a little bit bigger too. Let's just do that. So, alright, I feel like I want to grab this area here, and I'm looking at the reference and I'm looking at what I have down, and I'm trying to determine where the lasso should be selected to make the adjustment that I'm trying. It's very specific, I guess, in this case. But the gist of it is just trying to get more accurate. I hope that answers your question. Subvids. Okay. And yeah, and then I think maybe fold this in as well. And actually, let's click that up here. So we can just here. So if I hit, I always hit Control H to hide my transform the square, because it just covers up a lot of the lines, making it hard to decide what's working and what's not. So hitting Control H after you hit Control T, right, to hide it. You can still move things, right? But what I'm doing right here specifically is I'm hitting at the top here. It is switch between free transform and warp mode. So we're blasting off into warp mode now. And then I'm hitting Control H. Maybe I should leave this up to explain what's going on. So these grids basically allow you to kind of liquefy and warp, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. And then Control H to hide that. Still think the eye needs to come in more, maybe? I think we need to flip. We haven't flipped in a bit, so let's do that. I can't wait. Oh, there it is. It's usually the stuff on the right-hand side, now the left-hand side. That looks kind of weird to me when I flip. Yeah, it's pretty, it's just like skewed. I hate how our brains do that. When you flip something horizontal after drawing on it for so long, it just looks so bleh. It's right up there with like dragging your nails on a chalkboard. Dragging your nails on a cross. Please, no! It's just, yeah. So this does go above her mandible there. Let's make that eraser a little bigger. If I missed anything that you guys said in chat, I do apologize. Feel free to give me shit for it. I do apologize. I'm awful at multitasking. I really need to look into finding a way to get chat into Photoshop somehow. I would love if that is a possibility. Have they done that yet? Is there an app for that? Adjust the cheek. Just using the arrow keys on my keyboard to move some stuff around. Cool. Not tired of doing that? Yeah, man. It's there's tools here available. By no means should I ever, or is it? Do I have any God-given right or whatever right to tell anybody how they should draw or what tools they should use? But for me, I find that transform, free transform, lasso tool. They are part of my life till the end of times. I will always use them. So take that, traditional mediums that will never ever change and will always be the same and always, well, better than digital anyways, but we don't have to talk about that part. Digital is, the sole purpose of digital is to emulate traditional, right? So what you're saying is digital's a cuck. No. Or am I? But you're using it. I don't have a point. There's no message to what I'm trying to say, by the way. It's just like unfiltered John Derek Murphy's brain, which isn't a good thing. It's definitely not a good thing to have go unfiltered. I wonder if we could just... Okay, let's get this earring. Or whatever you call this. Loop. Traditional has its own things. I completely agree. That are far easier than trying to recreate the effect of digital, like the way Bob Ross loads multiple layers of paint in a brush, and it makes this awesome organically. Yeah, absolutely, man. And he has his own mixer brush for sure. And I think that there are like a lot of really interesting, clever ways of creating similar Photoshop-esque features with traditional. They take time to prepare, mixing the paints, getting those right paints, the colors that you want, and having them be on the right amount of bristles and stuff like that to create the textures you want. I don't know how difficult it is. I've never tried to do those types of things. But that also gives the artists that much more control once they are familiar with how to properly load the brush, right? And it shows. I mean, just watching Bob stream, like, he never replies to the chat, which is weird. But you can try and ask him how he figured that out. It's not around anymore, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, too soon. Too soon. Ruined. What button is that? You're almost as good as reading chat as Bob Ross. Oof. Oof. True, though. I can't even be mad. That's so true. Hey, if there's one thing that I can have in common with Bob Ross, I'll take it. It's just sad that it has nothing to do with art. Oof. I think we could probably call this one close to done. And then continue to draw on it. What do you guys think? That sounds about right. Go ahead and do something like that. You know, say one thing and then do the opposite. You know, like we could probably stop drawing this too. Yep. Pretty neat. Go ahead and move on. Letting go right now. Moving on. Is this how you guys move on too? For those who might not be seeing, I'm not moving on. That's the bit. This is a fantastic song. Sounds like Christmas. Or like someone's coming back home from something. That's the imagery that I get. I still feel like her nose is too small, or too big. Ooh, I see something. That my own reaction caught me off guard, by the way. Ooh, maybe this will fix everything. That's the sound of hope. And then, well, I think it worked. I think it's helping. What did I just do there? What happened? It's going. Oh, okay, it's the opacity. Did you guys know that you can do that? Just hit your num key and it changes the. Wow, that's weird. But interesting. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, this like has like holiday season family movie all over it. This song. This Christmas, watch a movie that you've never seen before in a family that has never shat on the floor. I don't know why it needed a rhyme at the end, but it's okay, we still love you. Appreciate that, base man. When I move on, I usually drink from. Yeah. That is. I'm familiar with that method. Yeah. Now I bottle my art tears. You know? I'm gonna catch all of my art tears from my failed endeavors in art and jar them up and then put them on eBay or something. Or maybe I should reduce it, do like a John Derek Murphy tier reduction, and then you guys can use it for cooking or something. Maybe it'll be like, you know, just like salty tears of JDM for cooking. You know, if your supper's not salty enough, go ahead and dash a little bit of okay. I'll see myself out. Okay. Lasso. Bring in the hair a little bit more. I feel like the cheekbone still needs to be out further. And then it just ends out. This is at like the top of her mouth. A little bit of hair. You can make the eyes maybe a little bit too big. Is that what it is as well? Like that, and then move it in. I don't know if that was right. So typically with this exercise, you don't want to spend this much time on one face. I'm cutting myself some slack. It's something I never really ever do. And I think I should allow myself some artistic forgiveness here and there. From myself, not from you guys. I could care less of your opinions. Sorry. That's just kind of like, I think we as artists either have to make a decision that we're going to let other people be the worst criticizers of our art, or we're going to go ahead and take that crown away from them and let that be our job. I'm of the latter. I'm of the state of mind of the latter, where you guys can say, anybody can say anything about my artwork, whether it's they like it or they hate it. That's fine. But when I'm criticizing my work, it's kind of like law of the land for me, of my creative mind land. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but hopefully that's a message that you guys understand. Nope. In one ear, out the other, Derek. Perfect. Don't even worry about it then. Shut up and draw, Derek. Right. Back as well. Okay, I think we're close. So what I would like to do, when at this point, is I'll probably take the same drawing, lower the opacity, and then clean up the line work. And most likely change some other things as we go. Like everything. Sounds like Blue's Clues! Oh, man. Whenever somebody says or mentions Blue's Clues, I just instantly think of Sunny D, Sunny Delight. You guys know the drink? When I was a kid, I had a family trip to Florida, and it was awesome. The trip was amazing. But this was when Sunny D was really starting. It was like very new, and it was all the rage. You know, nobody wanted purple stuff. Nobody wanted cola. Everybody wanted Sunny D. And in Canada, we didn't have it. So when we went down in the family trip to Florida, it was everywhere. And that's pretty much all me and my sister drank the entire time we were there. Not a good thing to use just as something to stay hydrated with in a really hot, not Canadian environment. So I was very dehydrated, and I remember going to Epcot, of all places in Florida to visit, to get heat stroke or heat sickness or whatever it's called, and become ill at a cultural amusement park. If for those who don't know what Epcot is, it's part of Disney World, Disney in Florida, whichever one's in Florida, and you're supposed to be able to visit all corners of the earth. You can experience culture, you can experience the language, you can experience food of all these different places. Anyways, I went there and I got sick. That's basically what I did when I was like 10. And now every time I hear about Blue's Clues, because that was also on TV at the time, I think of Sunny D, and I think of being sick at Epcot. The end. There, that's that story. Glad we got that one done. Alright, so yeah, I would take a new layer and just kind of draw on top and try and push forward maybe a better drawing. And so I remember when I first started out drawing, I never once thought of this as an option. I thought you had to have one piece of paper, one pencil, and one drawing, and that's it. I didn't know that you could have as many attempts as you want, as many broken pencils out of whether it's rage or you're just done with that pencil, I guess, so it's time to break it. Or whatever, using light tables. All these options, I had no idea that they existed. They're all in one package here in Photoshop, and you have to do a little bit of digging sometimes. But now this is kind of it. This is kind of like my go-to method. Slowing down the process to speed it up is also a huge thing. Breaking it apart, really thinking rationally, seeing if a certain phase is even worth having, or maybe you should incorporate another one. It really just, obviously, it comes down to your preference. For me, I've had some results that I'm pretty happy with. So going forward, I made it, this is kind of the way. That was totally unintentionally a Mandalorian reference, which, no spoilerinos, I'm not caught up with everything. I just know that the first episode was tons of fun. And that's what that show does really well, is it's fucking fun. It's fun. It's fun. Chin. I don't like this eye still. Eyelashes. Nope. More of her iris, or the whites of her eye than her iris. Pupil, rather. I feel like that could be more rounded. still off. Yeah, still off. My eyebrows seem like they're a little bit bigger. Feeling a little better. Still, that with this line, I don't like that. It's kind of like an S. Cheekbone kind of curves, and then it kind of like sucks back in. She's got really interesting like cheekbone structure. Fun to draw. Really fun to draw, as much as it's a struggle. The lips, the nose. The space here feels strange as well. Yeah, something's happening. Call the fire department! Who was I watching? I was watching, do you guys ever watch Sheriff Eli? He was actually playing a game called, Fire Department Simulator. Indie game. I don't know why I'm sharing this story. It's fun. It was funny. Oh, good story, Derek. Really selling that streamer. Anyways, he was just going around breaking things and saying, "It's okay, fire department. Fire department. It's alright, it's okay, we're allowed to do that, we're the fire department." By the way, that's probably the worst Eli impression out there. He's got probably the most masculine voice. And here I am.
Hi, my name's Sheriff Eli. Tee-hee.
Anyways, he's fucking awesome. He's probably one of my top, like, 5 streamers because of how well he is at entertaining and how good his improv is and the characters he comes up with. Really, really good. Really good. Alright, so let's move this. Maybe something like that. I still think I have her eyes too big. And the mouth feels weird. Shrink the ear a bit. Lower the opacity a little bit more in the background, maybe. This jaw. You know what? I think with the rest of it, just grab from the other layer. That. Grab all this. Sure. And then from here, duplicate that. Control Shift I, delete. Is that what I wanted? I guess so. Yeah, and then merge that there. So I think I'll continue with this one tomorrow. And then maybe by Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, when we feel a little bit more comfortable with drawing faces again, we can try and speed things up and try and get all 4 of them done in one sitting. I've done before. Did it over in Behance land. So we'll try and do it again as we get back into the swing of things. So yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We won't start something off brand new. We'll just continue with this. And maybe part of the problem is I'm just pushing these too far. They don't really need to be fully realized. No idea what that noise was. House is falling apart. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be the stream today. We go for about 3 hours, give or take. But we'll be back tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. EST for more of this nonsense and whatever I say. Stuff that comes from my mouth will happen tomorrow as well. Can't avoid that one, fortunately. But yeah, we'll call the stream here. Everybody, thanks so much for hanging out. If I missed anything in chat, I do apologize. I can't multitask. I can't do it. If you do have any comments or questions, you can reach me out on Twitter. Everything is at John Derek Murphy. That's my Twitter. That's my Instagram. That's ArtStation. John Derek Murphy at Gmail. If you have questions that you want answered via email, that's that. But for now, I think I'll call this a stream, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. How's that sound? So thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, starting at, what is it? When do we? This is it. Yeah, that's what we do. And this is. How do I move this? Can I move that? Can I move that a little bit? It's like. Can I use arrow keys? I can't use arrow keys. I wanna move it, guys. Why? Oh no, I moved my starting screen. Oh, this is just awful. There it is, okay. Center that. Does that look centered to you guys? Okay, you know what? Don't answer that. I'll see you tomorrow. Loves and hugs. I'm out. Peace.